So we like wonder, wisdom, right? Why we're here, right? And I think we never grew our fur, right? We've got memories of having fur, right? Like a coat of like something, right? Not armor, but a memory of like having a light of something, right? Horns or feathers, and we've got that in our memories, right? Because it's in the reflection, right, of our stories. Okay, so that must be a part of our memories having something like that in the past, right? Something like that. So it looks like here in this density we've lost our fur, right? Now we know the cotton trade and all that, the rubber trade, and I think that was all a disguise for stealing fur, right? And I think some ancient beings could shift into different furs, and I think we've got to protect that, right? That fur. So, from the light garden perception of it, right, every animal grew fur. There was not a naked monkey or a naked rabbit or a naked horse or a naked anything really. Although there is a cat with no fur, but most animals had their fur, right, and didn't walk around naked. Okay, they had their horns, they had their velvet on their horns, they had their fur, and they had everything on their skin that they needed, right? But it feels like something hasn't arrived that should have done, right, on humanity from the start, right? And I think that's because the colony hasn't grown correctly from the start and they haven't evolved past this natural boundary that has stopped them from growing their true fur and feathers and wear and all the rest of it true to them, right? So I think because of this imbalance between the male and the female and this demonic hold of the oracle and the manipulation of that in playing both sides, between Persia and Spartans and heaven and hell and all of these both sides playing both sides and all that shit. It's all to do with the demons holding the mother and the oracle and the wisdom and all the secrets ring fenced away from knowing what's going on, you know. So, what do you think about that? I mean, how would we have grown properly if we had stayed in the light garden? Were we in the right light garden in the first place? Or was that a trap? Were we in a false place? And it was a pretend light garden. It's like, well, there's no one else here, just us two. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? And there was some kind of pretty little cage. And the serpent says, you better eat some wisdom because you're going to be stuck in this little cage forever otherwise. And you better get out and find out why you're stuck in this cage serving this false sun, right? So Eve said, all right, then I'll find out why we're stuck in this cage serving this false sun. So she ate the apple and got kicked out because that's what she wanted to get kicked out to find out, right? So she got kicked out and Adam ate it too, so he got kicked out, right? And so it's like, right, what do we do then? Well, we'll find Eve because Eve didn't want to do it. So where is she, right? I mean Lilith. Right, so where's Lilith? So we probably went and found Lilith and had a chat, and then, well, what do you do? Because you're not allowed to live. Uh, we've got to be dead here then, right? Oh yeah, we're just going to live dead because then he won't notice. Is that right? So we just pretended to be dead, but we were alive. So he thought we were dead, but I don't know really because we just hid in death. I guess we just hid where we weren't dead, but we weren't dead. But they thought that we were dead. But it's just where death lives. But death shouldn't live. But you know, we were just walking coffins. Really, we didn't really know anything. We were unaware, completely unaware of everything. We didn't have a clue. Oh no, oh no, we didn't know anything. I only woke up about 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Yeah, I didn't know anything before that. I just, had a life that was shit and scripted and crap. And I broke out of script because I was supposed to kill myself ages ago and I haven't. And they're really annoyed. So they've done everything to make me kill myself and stick to the script. And I'm like, nope, I'm not going to kill myself. I'm not. I'm not. I don't care what you do. I've gone off script and I'm not going to kill myself. So I don't care how much you try to make me kill myself. I don't care how much you try and torture me to kill myself, mental health. I know it's you doing it. So I don't care how much mental health tortures me with their probes and their gadgets and their torturing curiosity. I don't care how much you torture mental health, because I got discharged from mental health a long time ago, and I don't need you, so you're gone from my presence, and you're banned, and you have no authority or ranking over me, mental health, because you belong in the asylum for what you've done to me. I can tell you that. You're outrageous to have done that to me, and you have no authority over me because of your misbehavior, and your trafficking enterprise is all gone away. So, we know about you, and you're all going down. So, mental health, you really need to burn the book of psychology and teach people how to be proud of themselves, and not constantly tell them they're ill, and not constantly teach them about suicide by making a point of it every 15 minutes, by shining a torch in their face every night, and remembering about suicide so they can remember, oh yeah, I'm here because I might commit suicide. And that is a terrible thing to do, to shine a torch in someone's face every 15 minutes at night, just to make sure they're still alive, right? And make sure they haven't killed themselves. That's disgraceful behaviour. That they did that to me every time, right? And a lack of sleep, and the lack of privacy. And there's no reason for that, because I pretended to be dead loads of times and no one cared. So it was only to be a bitch, right? Because I pretended to be dead loads of times and no one came in the room. I stopped breathing in air like, and they didn't give a shit because I was just doing it like a robot, That was hilarious. And anyway, and I didn't take their drugs either, and I just pretended. I spit them out in the sink, and I pretended to swallow them, and then I got sectioned again, but for not taking the prescriptions. And I didn't take the prescriptions because I never took the drugs in the first place, because they had aspartame in them, and that's dangerous. That causes holes in the brain. Did you know that? I read the ingredients. There's 5 milligrams of that shit in there. I thought, I'm not having that shit. So I just spit them out down the sink. I don't take that shit. That's aspartame stuff. That's terrible stuff for your brain. Yeah, it causes neurological damage. So no, I wouldn't have that. For mental health treatment, I declined and spit it down the sink. So yeah, anyway, doesn't matter. What were we talking about? Nothing much. Yeah, just. Oh, I have got some, but I've hidden it.
Where is it?
How much? £5.
I need shit.
Oh, £5 came. £5 for the toilet roll.
No, where's toilet roll?
In the cupboard under the sink. I know, it's Jesus.